Hi everyone, it's Tom from BlackToad Studio here. This is going to be a new segment I'm going to do for the channel. It's mainly focused on what I do every day, kind of hobby-wise. As you know from a lot of my videos, I do quite a few armies because I've got a Black Templars, I've got some Imperial Guard, I've got some Orcs, I've got some Grey Knights, I've got Inquisition, and Red Scorpions as well. And I'm sure there'll be more eventually because I like collecting new armies now and then. However, as I've been going through my YouTube videos, I've noticed that obviously I've got a series for doing my Red Scorpions, some for my Templars, some for my Imperial Guard, Red Scorpions, etc. And while I quite enjoy doing these, it's not really how I tend to do things because I work on what I'm kind of enjoying at the time. Sometimes I feel like some of the series might get a bit neglected and left alone for quite a long time. It isn't necessarily true because I might have just done a few things on something but not thought it was worth putting on video. So what this is going to be, I'm going to dub this kind of Weekdays of a Wargamer, which is going to be my weekdays. Monday to Friday. That's basically when I tend to get most of my hobby time. I'm quite lucky in the fact that most nights I can get between 3 and 4 hours every evening just to sort of sit down on my own and do a few things that I want to do with my armies. And also, I could play computer games down there as well still. So what I'm going to be doing is a little update every evening, hopefully. We'll see how things go. And then sort of bundle it all together on a Friday and then stick it up so you can see what I've done each evening. And that way I feel I'll show you all the things I'm doing without having to split them down into different little chunks, and also it's probably easiest for people to watch and keep up with what I'm doing, because even I might just sit down one evening and do some modelling where I just like for instance Monday's one this week. It's probably going to be me clipping bases off the bottom of my old Sword Brethren metal models and attaching them to new bases. While not the most entertaining thing to have live, I would like to sort of just say, look, did that, and I can show you the before and after, and then dub that as my Monday's kind of section of what I did. And then obviously Tuesday I might do something else or carry on with that, do a bit of painting on them perhaps, etc, etc, etc. Yeah, so I'm going to try it out for a few weeks, see how it gets on, see if it's actually any good. If you do enjoy it, please obviously or if you want to make any suggestions on how I can improve it, drop some comments on the bottom of this video. So anyway, here's Monday from this week. Thanks all for watching. Hi there, it's Tom from BlackToad Studio, and we're here on, I think, Monday the 18th of September. Just to give you kind of a ballpark of where this was filmed, or an exact date in that case. So as you saw from the videos I filmed at the beginning of this section, which is shunted on the front of this actual entire video, this is the start of a segment I'm doing. So it's Monday, and this is going to be kind of like the before I start section, so you can sort of see what I managed to do in the time I allotted to myself this evening. So in front of you, you can see some pretty battered Sword Brethren. Now, these guys I've had for, I think, since I started collecting Black Templars, and I did you can see the paint on this is ancient. It's pretty banged up, chipped, and not seeing some of the, as you can see, there's some in slightly more disrepair than others, like we've got some missing arms and stuff, but actually that's not such a problem for what I'm about to do with them, because my plan is actually to do some alterations on the weaponry to sort of update them a little bit. So because obviously with power weapons being reasonably cheap now, I do have a few in here still which have got their power swords, and obviously I think there's a couple of, here we are, a couple of lightning claws guys. So I'm going to aim to try and sort of kit them out a bit more, give me a few options, but also the main thing I'm going to do today is get them rebased. Now that's easier said than done, because obviously these guys are all on the old slotted bases, so I'm debating at the moment before I start this whether I'm going to attempt to chop off the metal tabs at the bottom and then put them on, or cut holes in the 32mm bases that I've got here. These are some other ones from a different project I did a long time ago. That's why they look a bit white and yellow. So yeah, I'm just debating whether I'm going to chop them off or actually just stick them, try and cut a hole in the base and then stick them down on there, which I think in my head sounds more secure because of the weight of these models. But then they're saying that these used to be on 25mm bases, as you can see, so it might not be such a big issue. So yeah, I'm going to check out here now, and we'll back in a moment with how I got on. Okay, so about an hour's work on that. Spent a bit of time having to file down a bit of metal, so clipping it off. I decided to stick with 10 to start with. I do have basically 4 more that I could add to this this lot. However, I think I'm just going to stick with this lot here. I've also thought other uses for these, which would be quite nice, also as actually use them as sword brethren for each of my Crusader squads to sort of make them stand out a bit. So I've got a few weapon options on there. I think I'll use the final 4 to really do a bit more customization on them, so like put some power fists on them and stuff like that if I can. I've left the ones that I think they're more easy to alter, as in that variant, because obviously they're quite generic, these ones. You get the sword in the air, sword to the side, then you've got a power sword and lightning claws, basically. Right, so I'm just going to give these a quick spray, and then we'll come back and see how they look. And then I will probably have to leave it there for tonight. So I'll be back in a second. Okay, so got a fair few bit of spraying done there. Just going to let these dry, and we'll probably pick this up on Tuesday, Wednesday. So we'll do another video then and see how these are dried, and also I may start putting some starting coats next. I've also got, just going to sort of zip over here to show you the other things that weren't included in this video from the previous week. Basically up here we've got some more Vanguard Veterans, and also I've done a Stern Guard squad up here which I started, all headless and armless, because I'm going to try and paint them without putting the weapons on. So they're all to come. Basically I'm in a kind of a Templar kind of mood at the moment. Having played a couple of big Apocalypse games, kind of want to just crack on by putting some of the finishing touches to the army that I've been meaning to do for a long time. So I have a suspicion this week, maybe full of that. I might slip in a couple of other bits as well if I get time, because also here I sorted out my orcs a bit. This is my next section of orcs to do. I've also got some Inquisition up here, just give you an idea what might pop up in these videos, so everyone keeps a bit interested. There will be some Red Scorpions, of course, as well, once this lot's kind of been cleared, because this is kind of what I want to get on with at the moment. So anyway, thanks. This is Monday, so let's see what happens on Tuesday. Okay, so here we are Tuesday evening. So this is my second update for the week. Last night I finished getting these base coated with some Chaos Black, as you can see. I also, in case you didn't realise, decided to snip off the tags on these, so they're flat bottomed and on the bases. I did try cutting a few holes in one of them, but to be honest it didn't work out very well, so I decided to go with that option, which seemed a bit easier to me. So for tonight we're going to crack on with getting some colour on these guys now. So I'm going to start with getting my Celestra grey here, which is what I tend to use as a base for my white, before I put Ulthuan grey on top of it, to make it get that nice white finish on it, or white-ish finish. And so I'm going to start with that layer on them, and then also I'll probably crack on adding to these guys as well at the same time, as along with the Stern Guard here. I tend to like to work in kind of batches when I'm doing certain paints, because I just feel like I get more done, and it seems like I get more progress. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that. So quite a few models to sort of crack through tonight. So hopefully when I come back in a minute with the end of tonight's progress, you'll see how much I've done. So see you in a few minutes. Okay, so that's the end of my little bit of progress tonight, and as you can see here we've got a few more Marines up to a certain level. So managed to get these Sword Brethren's, got a coat of the Celestra Grey on there, and also I did top up a few bits on the Marines behind. I'm going to go with these guys are going to have the black shoulder pads. However, I'm going to do red crosses and red trim on them to sort of single them out as veterans for the Templars. Sorry about the car alarm in the background. It seems just gone off as I started filming, which is a bit annoying. But so yeah, that's these done. So what I will probably do tomorrow is crack on with another layer of that white there, but I will sort of do a pre start of what I'm going to do tomorrow again for Wednesday. So anyway, thanks for watching this Tuesday update. I'll see you on Wednesday. And it's Thursday. Sadly, Wednesday got away from me quite a bit this week because I was late back from work. Bit too late to start doing too much painting anyway. So tonight we're going to crack on with these guys. I've actually managed to finish early today, which is quite nice. So I've got a couple of extra hours knocking about. So I'm going to see how far I can get along with these guys. We're going to start putting some actual, probably whiter shades on the grey areas I've done, just to get that kind of tabard feel a little bit higher up to where I want it. So yeah, that's about that. We'll check back in a minute with some progress. Okay, so that's the end of Thursday's little go at some painting here. As you can see, I've actually got 2 white coats on here over that time period, so not too bad. Quite early starting tonight. I do like the white contrast and the black on these. It's really nice. So basically, I think I might need one more coat on here. I'm going to wait till it dries and have a proper look at it. And then if that kind of looks right, I will start working on some of the other items around the centre of the body. So like some of the belts and bits and pieces like that, and the chains, just to get that bit sorted out and finished. And that way I can touch it up if I do make some mistakes. And then finally, after that, I'll probably crack on with the armour again, going over black where I need to. So yeah, that's all of those done. Obviously, there is actually one piece here, because this gun was causing me a load of trouble, so I had to switch it for a plastic one, which was stuck on there earlier, but that's fine. I'll just do a brush coat of black on there to sort that out in a minute. So yeah, that's then done. I did also start a few of these guys in between that bit, so I got some white on those ones as well. So yeah, they're going to be kind of like in between. I'm doing these ones over here. I'll do a coat on one of them as they dry, just to try and keep focus on these and finishing these 10. So that's my update for Thursday. Might not be update for Friday, depending on what time I get back from work, but hopefully I'll be speaking to you in a second. Okay, so basically I didn't get much done on the Friday. I'm actually filming this on the Monday after, because I had to do quite a bit of travelling over the weekend. I was actually at a Tough Mudder event with Dom as well, actually, and a few of his guys from his workplace, which was really good fun. However, it did sort of put a crimp on any kind of hobby over the weekend. I'm also had to go down to my dad to do a bit of dog sitting, which is fine, but it's just I had to pack everything up, so I just didn't have enough time to actually put any paint on models. So as you can see here, I've got my project box ready. So once I've finished videoing this, I'm going to start doing the Monday video. So that's ready for the end of this week, and hopefully we can try and keep it to releasing on Friday. So either way though, I hope you enjoy the 3 days I managed to get in, and we'll see how it goes from there. So this is Tom from BlackToad Studio. Thanks for watching, and see you soon.